Alright, so I did more goldfish in Korvald, and I realized I had an infinite combo. Korvald has Bear Umbra on him, so whenever he attacks, I untap all my lands. I have Aggravated Assault. You spend 5. This is what I wanted the deck to do. Have way to untap all my creatures and just keep attacking. Now, I'm in a situation where I have Vora Stronghold, I have enough mana, I have Chromatic Lantern, this is my graveyard. So, Secret Eye Builder, Wayward Sawtooth, Elk, Catcomb, Swamp, Arcane Signet. So what I can do every turn is, so like right now, spend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Untap all my creatures. After this combat, or after this I get, after this phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by additional main. So, Korvald attacks, and I'll just sacrifice loot. But I untap all my lands. I draw a card. This is my hand, by the way. My hand is Wild Ricochet, Xenagos, God of Rebels, which would make things go a lot faster. Varka's Mender, Kagamaral, First to Suffer, and Kokoshu, Leading Star. This is my hand, in addition to that Llanowar Waste, that is true. Right, so Korvald has attacked if I tapped all my lands. So I just go dink dink, and I put Secure Tri-Builder. Let me back up. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a plus. So, let's say I didn't draw that Llanowar Waste. So I untap all my lands when he attacks. Every attack, untap all lands you draw. Untap all my lands. Okay, I need to make sure I'm getting this right. His trigger goes on the stack. I sacrifice loot. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, draw a card. In response to that trigger, I will put Secure Tribe Elder back on top of my library with the Vora Stronghold. Then I will draw it. Korvald attacks, and he's like a 10-10 by now. I didn't put any counters on. I'm just going through the motion, seeing how it works, and I discovered that this works pretty goddamn good. So, but I need 5 to trigger the Aggravated Assault. So, this is why it's good to goldfish, because you see things like this. So I need 5 to trigger Aggravated Assault to untap Korva so I can attack again, but I also need 2 to cast the Secure Tribe Elder. So, and I can only play that as a sorcery, so it's not as if I can float the mana during my combat step and activate Aggravated Assault. So if I activate it now, he will untap, and then if I attack with him, I either need to sacrifice a land, which I need, Lantern, which I need, Umbra, or the Aggravated Assault. Really don't have anything to sacrifice to him that is not either not going to break up the combo or is going to limit me. I've already played all my lands per turn. I cannot play any more land this turn. But what happens if I try it anyway? So he attacks, and he's been wailing on people. It took me a few turns to figure this out, really, and kind of see how it goes. Let's eat a swamp. I tap all my lands. Of course, I get to draw a card. So that's the Llanowar Waste. Now, I need 5 to trigger the assault. So if I spend 2 on the Elder, and then 5 to untap all creatures I control and get an additional combat step. And like I said, he's big, so by now he should have killed one of my opponents because he would have smashed all their flying creatures. So I activated Aggravated Assault and tap. So I attack. He attacks, I sacrifice the Secure Tribe Elder and tap all my lands. Draw. But I've already played all my lands this turn. I've hit all my land drops, so I can't play that. And now the question is really, so this is just me goldfishing by myself. If the game state is such that, so this is like turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I played Dawn Treader Elk a couple times, Secure Tribe Elder. This is about turn 6. So some of my opponents won't have that many flyers, some of them won't have any. I've taken about 8 attacks. He's attacked about 8 times this game. So since he's a 5/5 when he comes into play, attacked 8 times, he's a 13/13. So if he hits somebody twice, they're dead due to commander damage. So it could be that at this stage, depending on what my opponents have, I can afford to keep eating lands for 2 more turns and smashing with Korvald to kill the table. It could be that. But this is the line of play that I really needed to work through, and this is again showing the tension that he has about sacrificing things for their effect, sacrificing things to other effects, or sacrificing things to him. This really shows the tension. So this is a pretty good exercise. I'll tack it to the previous video, and maybe I'll make it standalone. I guess, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Okay, so I figured it out. In the previous installment, the first half of this, you saw me with Korvald, Bear Umbra, Aggravated Assault, and a ever-diminishing supply of things I can sacrifice Korvald to. Now, every time he attacks, he gets +1/+1. So, at a certain point, he will be a 2, maybe a 1-hit commander, depending on how many of the counters he has. Probably 2. So, if I have enough to sacrifice to him to smash through whatever flying defenses somebody has, in 2 hits he will kill them, because I keep activating Aggravated Assault. The problem is, if they have enough flying blockers where I cannot smash through, or I run out of things to sacrifice and it stops, then I'm kind of stuck. And I was thinking about it. There has to be a way to solve this puzzle, and there is. Keep. Keep I took out because this isn't the sacrifice focused Korvald. This is attack focused, which, giving him Bear Umbra and putting his Aggravated Assault in play, that's pretty good. No, it doesn't have to be him. I could put Bear Umbra on pretty much any creature in the deck and just smash face. Of course, commander damage being 21, and other creatures damage, which they have to do full life, it takes a bit longer. But there's not the sacrifice. The creature won't keep getting bigger, and it would have to be something that would get through eventually. For example, Marika, if I gave her Bear Umbra and Aggravated Assault, but she's only 7/4. So if my opponents have anything with 8 toughness, eventually she will break through that, but it's going to take a while. Killing commander damage, but what I realized, if Korvald has Bear Umbra and I have Aggravated Assault, and I'm in the same situation where I have 8 sources of mana plus, well, 7 sources of mana plus care keep. Every time Korvald attacks, he will, all my lands will untap, including care keep. So every turn, I can, as long as I have the correct colors, I can create a Kobold of care keep to sacrifice to Korvald and still pay for the Aggravated Assault. So that would be infinite attacks. And it's a 4-card combo, but one of the cards is my commander. So it's kind of like Shroom. Shroom has a 4-card combo with 2 variations, just like Korvald does. Except, okay, I cannot search for Bear Umbra or Aggravated Assault. I do not have demonic. I do not have a tutor that can find enchantments, so I would have to draw into those. Care Keep, I do have a tutor that can find a land. Korvald, of course, is my commander, so I almost always have access to him. But that's the answer. In Nature's Will, if Korvald can get through, can replace Bear Umbra. If he can't get through, then I need the Umbra, because the Umbra triggers on attack. Whenever a enchanted creature attacks, untap all lands you control. This, Nature's Will, whenever a creature you control connects with another player, smash them in the face. Then you untap all your lands. So that's it. That's the answer to the puzzle. And it, I'm kind of excited to play it now, because before, I was really struggling to justify why am I playing this deck? Why am I forcing Korvald into a playstyle that he's not really suited for? Why am I? Because, you know, I thought it'd be fun. And if this happens, oh shit, that'll be fun. Infinite attack vault. Gah, 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 break down your walls and punch you in the face, you son of a bitch. So, Thursday. If we have a quorum, if we have enough players. If it's just Cuban, I am bringing Modern. Because playing 1v1 Commander, nah. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and the card that came out is Reliquary Tower. So I took out Reliquary Tower to put in the Care Keep. Reliquary Tower was in because every time Korvald attacks, if I sacrifice something, I would draw cards. And then, of course, I realized that it'll have an endpoint unless I have more mana and I can cast more things. So without this Care Keep will feed Korvald, but I will draw a card every turn. Every time he attacks, every combat, I will draw a card. And I won't have the Reliquary Tower to. It doesn't matter. If this combo goes off, Tower doesn't fucking matter because I'll kill everybody at the table.